Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison if you are new here, and today we are doing another ultimate clean, organized, declutter, get ready for the move. I have a whole apartment clean with me. Every single room needs attention, and most rooms need some serious deep cleaning. I'm also going into my bathroom, which I normally don't share because I hate cleaning the bathroom so much, but because of that, I've avoided it for long enough and I just can't avoid it any longer. So today we're going top to bottom for my entire apartment, cleaning walls, floors, baseboards, tidying up. Everything you could possibly imagine being cleaned is going to be in this video. So if you are ready to get some cleaning motivation going on, let's begin in my bedroom. Alright guys, I know I said that we were going to start off with cleaning the bedroom, but I completely forgot that I was going to show you guys the before shots for this clean with me. Like I said in the intro, every single room needed some attention. Some rooms significantly more than others. This front area of my apartment I am so ashamed of. I came home from a trip and just never unpacked. I just left it by the front door. I also need to go through our pantry and clear that out. I also hadn't cleaned up at all from my morning workout, so the coffee table's out of place, all of the weights are out. But the one thing that was going to keep me going through this entire clean with me is that I decided to start watching all of Harry Potter. It felt very fall-esque, and I wanted to start the series from the beginning. I've already finished all of them and Fantastic Beasts at this point, but it was a really great way to keep me company while I was cleaning the entire home. It was super friendly and inviting to just hear like Harry and the music in the background. And you guys must know by now, it's not going to be an Allison McPhail clean with me or even like a daily vlog if I don't make my bed in the video. I love the art of making my bed. Something about it is just magical and just brings the whole room together, and I just love the ritual of doing it every single day. If you guys haven't seen my 7 tips to keep a tidy home, I'll link this video here for you guys to watch. But I went a little more in detail about why I make my bed, and also I gave you guys kind of an out if you don't think your bed's important. If you want to find out more what I'm talking about, I really recommend going to check out that video. It has a lot of my tips and tricks that I've collected and curated to keep this apartment specifically pretty tidy, and I think it'll also be applicable for when we've moved into the house, which is happening very, very soon. Also, now I am moving on to my dresser. If you guys saw my video maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago at this point, I don't really remember when, but I did a full closet declutter and I had the piles of stuff that I was getting rid of and I left it just on my dresser, and I had been staring at it and annoyed by it for way too long. So today I was finally going through it all and deciding what I was going to give to Plato's Closet and try to sell, and what I knew wasn't worth like bringing there and having them just like reject automatically, because they are really picky about what they bring. And I did end up bringing this over in a vlog. You guys will see that vlog in a couple of weeks or maybe 1 week from now. Yet again, I don't really remember when that video is going out, but I do talk about how much I got from all of these clothes. So if you don't normally watch the vlogs, I really would recommend watching the next couple ones if you want to find out how much money I was able to get from all the stuff I donated from the closet clean out. I was pleasantly surprised by how much we got from it. But here is the pile in front of my closet door of all of the stuff bagged up and ready to be taken. I kind of just moved one pile to another corner of the room, but that's okay. I'm also going to be grabbing a wood polish and a microfiber cloth and finally dusting the nightstands and the dresser because all of the stuff was finally off of it. Okay guys, I need your help a little bit. So we are moving very, very soon, like I just mentioned, and I plan on keeping this bedroom set. What my plan is for our bedroom is to eventually have us buy a new bed frame and mattress, because the mattress we're sleeping on is a little bit older, so we'd love to upgrade that. But we do like our dresser and nightstands. We think that they're great sizes. However, I don't know if I want to keep them black, because I think the bed frame that I want to go with is more of a neutral tone. You can probably tell from the rest of the decor in the room, I love neutrals. So what do you guys think? Should we paint these white? Should we paint these a tan color? Should we leave them black? Should we buy a completely different nightstand? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think we should do. After I checked off my to-do list and made sure I didn't miss any spots in this room that I planned on cleaning, I'm giving you guys some satisfying after shots, and then we're going to make our way into my least favorite room to clean, the bathroom. After a general tidy up and just getting everything off of the counters, I'm going to deep clean and reorganize and declutter these drawers a little bit. Since Christian's left and is in California already, I have this whole bathroom to myself now, so I'm going to make use of it, and I'm going to make sure all of his side is cleaned up. In that drawer on the left side, he kept his razor in there, so there's tons of little hairs, so vacuumed that out. I also reorganized a little bit under the sink and pulled out some products that could be decluttered. Now that I'm done with the organizing in the bathroom that I wanted to get done, I'm going to start wiping down surfaces, and I always clean from top to bottom. So I'm starting with the surfaces that are highest up, which are these mirrors. That way if any dust or crumbs, I don't know how there would be crumbs up on the mirror, but if anything were to fall off the mirror and it would land on the counter, I wouldn't have to go back and clean that if I clean the counter first. That makes sense. So wipe down the mirrors, then I moved on to the counters, and then eventually I will make my way to the floor because that's the lowest part of it. Before I get to the floor though, I am going to spray some bleach spray that we just had. I think this actually came from Christian's apartment when he was in college, so I don't want to waste any products, so I'm going to use this all up and just let it sit in the shower and do its thing for a little bit. And then I'm going to move on to wiping down the toilet, which is always a gross task to do. And there's also a tuft of my hair. I cleaned out my hairbrush and I just put it in the toilet, so don't worry, nothing mysterious was in there, it was just my hair. I also might lose a couple you guys right here. So we have the Clorox magic toilet wands, and I really enjoy using those, but we had just used our last one maybe a month ago, and I used to do this trick in college when I was honestly just too cheap to go and buy the Clorox toilet wands. So I grabbed this bleach that I had under the counter, and I honestly just pour the bleach directly into the toilet along the bowl of it, so it kind of runs down, and then I put the lid down and let it sit for a couple minutes. And while that is sitting, I move back to the shower to scrub off all of the bleach spray that I put in there before, and then I'll get back to the toilet eventually and then end up flushing it. And it doesn't make it absolutely spotless, it's not nearly as good as a Clorox toilet wand, but it is really, really close and really great in a pinch. The last thing on my checklist for the bathroom is to vacuum and then Swiffer the floors. I'm also leaving in a fun little clip, so I'm showing you guys obviously Swiffering the floor and mopping it up, but I also left in the clip and sped it up really fast where the Swiffer was drying. I thought it looked really cool. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Now everything is nice and clean and fresh, and the way the bathroom shows up on camera makes it look a lot nicer than it is in person, which is a great thing. Our counters are more of a yellow tone, but the way that the lighting works out just makes them look like white marble, and I love that look. And actually, if you guys are watching this video and you're already at the 8-minute mark, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint about what to expect from our house, and you can expect dark cabinets. Not my number one choice, but it's going to be a very similar kitchen cabinet color and then bathroom cabinets. There also is going to be a beautiful laundry room with the same dark cabinets. So that's a little bonus plus for you guys if you hung out this far into the video. Now we've moved into the office for the video, and I have already tidied up my little reading nook. I come there every single morning with my cup of coffee before I do my daily devotionals. All of that information can be found in some of my latest vlogs. I'll share one here if you want to see what I'm doing for my morning routine. So that is a very well-loved, lived-in spot, and once that's cleaned up, I also cleaned up my espresso pod, and I'm also now wiping down my vanity. It doesn't get very dirty, but there is just dust that will collect, and it's always good to give it a once-over, a wipe down, and just make it really, really fresh and clean. I'm also going over to my little makeup brushes. They actually are in an old Bath & Body Works candle jar, and I have these little beads that I found at Michael's or Joann's or something. I don't remember exactly what they were for, but they're little crystal beads, and so I'm now fixing up my makeup brushes to make sure they stand up straight before moving on to the office desk to tidy that up, because that is a big mess. Now, taking care of a couple loose ends, pun intended, with the pile of stuff on my desk, I had made these little macrame coasters for home decor layering. I show it in another vlog. I'll link that one here too if you guys want to find out how I make these, but I had one that was almost completed, so I just ended up finishing that up right while I was doing this, just so I could put it away and not have it sitting on my desk anymore. And then I replaced the trash bag in my desk, and then I moved on to the next decluttering project, and this one took a hot minute. So this drawer in the desk is where I keep all of our cards, greeting cards, thank you cards, Christian's old Marine Corps letters that he used to like write on to send me letters while he was at training. I have old notebooks, our wedding album here. There's even a like blue box in the back that you can see right there full of like commemorative things. I used to be a photographer for my university for sports, so I have all of my old photo credentials in there. And this drawer just gets super disorganized all of the time because I'm always just throwing whatever random card I end up getting in that drawer. And honestly, it just goes there to die because it is so disorganized. I can never really find what I need. And I know that I have like birthday cards or celebration cards or even Christmas cards in there, but it's just never organized enough to be functional. So today I was finally taking the time to look through every single card that I had in there because I had a lot of fun, cute sets from family members that they had gifted me. And I just needed to make sure that every card that I had in there had an envelope to go inside of and that I only held on to cards that I was actually going to use. So I'm a little bit all over the place, but initially I was going through these boxes of cards just to make sure that they each had an envelope to match up with, and then if they didn't have an envelope, I was being kind of brutal, but I probably wasn't going to end up sending the cards that I like didn't have an envelope for, so I put those in a recycle pile. Now, when I started this project, I did not realize how long it would take me to tackle every single box of cards that I had. I didn't even know I had half of these cards, like these really cute little craft paper thank you cards I absolutely adore, but I honestly had no clue I even owned them. And I'm 99% sure that I bought that set myself maybe a year ago. I think I had it as wedding thank you cards or like a bridal shower thank you card from when we first got married. So I am so happy that I finally took the time to sit down and organize this space. And you guys will see in a little bit that the drawer that all of this goes back into looks 10 million times better. Guys, I have gone through and decluttered this drawer in my desk declutter and at least 2 other clean with me videos, and this is finally the most functional and the best looking this space has been because I took the time to really dive into it. So if you guys have any spaces that do not work for you, even though you've tried to declutter and reorganize it 3, 4, 5 times, don't give up, guys. Try it one more time. Try to think a little bit outside of the box for how to make the space work for you. This desk I use every single day, and this drawer, you wouldn't think about it, but I probably reach into it at least once a week to put something away, and I am so happy that it finally is looking as great as it is now. And now you'll see how I finally organized everything back into the drawer and see how great it really looks. Here's all the packaging and cards that I am discarding left on my desk, and I have just a few things left to tidy up on it before I give it a final wipe down. I'm not sure if you guys noticed it or not, but I am using the same principle that I mentioned in the bathroom where I'm working my way from top to bottom in every room. So I started with all of the desks and like the coffee bar and all of that stuff, and then I'm moving on to things that are on the floor and the messes that have accumulated there, like my watch charger was in the corner, and then I'm finally ending with vacuuming after all of the surfaces above it have been tidied. And now to completely contradict what I just said, you guys are going to see me in 1 second once I move all of these dumbbells out of the way, that I'm actually going to vacuum first in the living room. Also, peep Harry Potter going on in the background. I have a good reason for vacuuming here first though. I had the coffee table out of the way already and I wanted to make sure I vacuumed up everything that could have gotten underneath it. I'm not sure if I remember this properly, but I think I might vacuum one more time. I could just be making that up though, but I do focus on vacuuming first. I also took all of the cushions off of the couch because I had all of this open space in the room and took advantage of that to clean everything out. There were so many crumbs in here, guys, so many crumbs. Another thing that we're trying to decide for the new house is what kind of couch we are going to get, because these couches were loved before we got them. They're actually a wonderful gift from Christian's parents. They were hand-me-down couches that used to be in their home, and it has served a great purpose, and we love them, and they are still great couches. And honestly, the couch replacement is not the number one priority once we get to the house. I think doing the bedroom is the first goal, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys have for couches in your house? We are looking at, well, when I say we, I have been looking at sectionals, like having a chase lounge on one side and just having one big couch and then maybe just a single armchair. But we host people a lot, so if you guys have people in your home a lot, what do you guys like to have as your couch configuration? I also had to cancel a very exciting order. I had placed an order for Bath & Body Works fall candles. I have tons of Christmas candles from previous years, but this leaves candle that was burning was my very last one for fall scents. But I had to cancel it because it wasn't going to come in time before we're actually leaving this apartment. So Bath & Body Works worked with me and we were able to send it to my parents' house in Florida, which is where I'm spending a little bit of time. So hopefully I will be able to get those in time there and then fly with them to California. I know, precious cargo. Now, for all of my subscribers who don't love watching people clean the kitchen, honestly, I'm kind of there with you. It's sometimes just a bit monotonous to see dishes going on for so long. Well, I was on top of my dishes this day. Shout out to my nighttime cleaning routine for helping me do this, but I only had a couple things to wash, and the kitchen was in really great shape, so there's just a few things that I'm going to be doing in here. I'm going to also be running the dishwasher, and then I have a case of Gatorade. We are having movers come and pack up all of our stuff. Perks of being a military family: when they tell you to move somewhere, they provide people to move all of your stuff for you. But I wanted to offer the guys who are coming just something to have, so I have a bunch of Gatorades that I finally cut out of the case and then put into the fridge. And now another time I completely contradict my tip about working from the top down. I had completely forgotten about our microwave and that it was full of crumbs. I think I had some chili cook in there and had some beans explode, so it definitely needed some attention, but I had already wiped down the oven. So do as I say, not as I do. I would recommend doing the microwave first, that way anything that falls onto the oven gets cleaned up when you eventually clean the oven. But sometimes you just make mistakes and then you learn from them. And I'm gonna try to remember next time I clean my kitchen to do the microwave first. Another very quick and easy decluttering organization project is taking care of this pantry. I had recently emptied it out mostly of all of the stock pantry goods like cornstarch and flour and sugar and chocolate chips. I gave all of that to my brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws so they could enjoy it because we are moving out of here soon and I wasn't going to be able to use it, but I had a bunch of small little snack bags still laying around that needed to be tidied up and organized a little bit, so that's what I was tackling in here. While I was in the fridge putting the Gatorade away, I found some bottles of tonic water that needed to be dumped because once again I wasn't going to be using them in time, and then I also decided to start filling up the leftover water bottles and our Brita filter. I don't know about you guys, I think one of you actually has left a comment saying that you really enjoy watching me fill up the filter, but I find it so satisfying to watch this thing in slow motion fill up all the way. I don't know, hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I do because I normally include this clip in most of my videos now. I don't normally make a full cleaning to-do list on my phone like I have for this video, but I was very glad that I did because there were definitely a couple things that I almost forgot to do that I had intended to do, and one of those things was cleaning this sink. So I thought that the last thing for the kitchen would be vacuuming the floor, but that was wrong. I wanted to make sure that this sink was absolutely sparkling because nothing feels better to me than a sparkly, clean kitchen sink that smells like the lemon essential oil that I put in this baking soda mixture. Now the very last spot to tackle is mostly just a pile of dirty clothes that need to make their way to my laundry hamper. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads of mine. I'll have some videos up on the screen right now if you want to see anything else from me. But if not, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!